I'm going to answer the question, why am I sober? And I'm what you would call a grey area drinker, where it wasn't ever a problem. It wasn't like my health was an issue or anyone ever thought that I should give up alcohol, or, no one ever spoke to me like, oh, you're drinking a bit much. I was like an undetected problem drinker. And I just didn't like my relationship with alcohol. I always felt like whenever I drank, I either felt stuck or my life was on a downward trajectory. Whereas whenever I gave up drinking, which I've done a few times, whenever I gave up, I was always feeling like I was on an upward trajectory where things were always getting better, like I was getting healthier, stronger, leaner, more thinking better, sleeping better, eating better. Everything just gets better when you don't drink alcohol. And that always frustrated me whenever I would drink, that it would I would feel stuck more than feeling like I was going downhill. I would just feel stuck. I obviously wanted my life and everything to improve, so that's why I choose being sober instead of drinking. The other thing is, like, whenever you drink, I mean, it was one of the reasons that I liked drinking was that when you drank, it was like you kind of put down tools and everything stops. There's going to be no self-improvement work after you've started drinking. But now you know that was also really frustrating. I felt like as soon as I'd had a drink, I couldn't do anything like journaling or reading. So I would get frustrated in those moments, especially as a parent. You don't have a lot of time to yourself. And then you would get one night where you've got 10 minutes like completely on your own. And I could easily just do a bit of exercise, do a meditation, journal, read, whatever for those 10 minutes. But if I was drinking, I was always doom scrolling with a beer in my hand. There was never the opportunity, or I would never feel like taking that opportunity to journal or read or anything, because once you've had a drink, even if it's just a small amount of alcohol, your output is just rubbish. Like, you're not going to get, I felt like I never got any benefit from anything I read if I'd had a drink, or anything that I would journal if I'd had a drink. And I definitely wouldn't be exercising if I'd had a drink. So that's why I don't drink. Never mind the long-term benefits or the long-term risk to your brain damage. My mum is currently suffering frontotemporal dementia, so I obviously don't want to go down that road. Not saying that she went down that road because of her drinking. She hardly drank anything. However, alcohol definitely makes a difference. And the other thing I wanted to say is that this used to be a sobriety account, but it's no longer just a sobriety account. I will talk about being sober, and it's a sober safe account. Like, I'll never promote alcohol on here. But I'm not just going to talk about sobriety. So it's up to you if you want to follow or unfollow from that information. But yeah, I will never promote drinking on here. So you're safe if you want to stick around. Thank you, bye.